What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the Hoops Betting Hour. I'm your host, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. It is Sunday, July 11th, 2021. Game 3, NBA Finals, Bucks, Suns. We'll break it down for you in just a second. Big day today, big moving day in the NBA. Can the Suns take this to the end? 3-0 would be obviously impossible to come back from for the most part. We'll see if the Bucks can't find a way at home to get back in this series. A lot to talk about. I will talk about the Euro final here in just a little bit as well. Two guests for today, Constable, Astaire. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing great, Jeff. I saw you had some fun for your birthday yesterday, so hopefully we can keep the good time rolling.
Thank you, Spread.
Yes, happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
21, right?
Say that one more time.
You're 21, right?
Yes, correct.
Finally legal?
21, finally legal, yes. Good call, thank you. Yeah, I know I look very young to most, so yeah, 21, finally get to 21. Thank you, Kate, for that kind. No, I'm 32. I'm not a big birthday guy as we get older. I don't like getting older. I like staying the age I am, but that's part of life, right? Thanks everybody for watching. As always, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoy the content. We're not here as much because there's not games every day, but we are here every day. There's a game. We're here all the way through the NBA Finals. And that could be this game and maybe one more. That could be multiple more. That could be up to 4 more, or 5 more, whatever. What are we at? We're going into Game 3, so we could have at least 4 more games. We'll see if we can't figure that out. As I said, we are. Make sure you hit the like button. We are powered by Pixelwise and presented by FanDuel. All right, Spread, Game 2. We didn't talk about it. You were on Game 2, weren't you, Spread?
Yeah, so we missed that one.
But
I had them both wrong. I had the Bucks and the over. I mean, the under, and it went over.
I took I took Cameron Johnson and I took the Bucks. Yeah, that's right. Right. No surprise, the Bucks lose when I bet on them. Listen, this team. I'm not going to keep going down the same road. It's the same thing. Every time I bet on the Bucks, I lose. But the props have been good. Cameron Johnson, one of the commenters mentioned that came in again. He continues to be a pretty important part off the bench. Spread. We see the same stuff over and over with the Bucks. They get a good performance at Giannis Antetokounmpo, and no one else is really consistent. If Giannis is going to score 40. You need somebody else that gets to 20. You need someone else that gets to 25 and others to get to 18 or 20. They just don't have the competent scoring that goes along with a superstar. And when you look at Phoenix, they're so much more balanced. Mikal Bridges, 27. Devin Booker, 31. Chris Paul, 23. Jay Crowder, 11. Cameron Payne comes off the bench and gives you something. Torrey Craig gives you something. You're not seeing enough consistency, Spread us there from the Bucks, and that's why they're losing in this series.
Yeah, I mean, talk about consistency, and that's the key word here for Chris Middleton. That's what keeps him from being talked about as a true star in the NBA. The fact that he just completely no-shows in these road games, and I personally think that he bounces back tonight. He plays much better at home. But hey, when you're paying a guy a max salary and he's your number 2, he can't only show up for home games. He needs to be there all the time. So while I do expect him to bounce back and remind everyone why he's an all-star, why he gets paid so much, and why we have seen him do amazing things, it's really rough when you can't count on him to be there every night.
Yeah, and that's really been the talk of the playoffs, whether it's Jrue Holiday, whether it's Chris Middleton. We continue to talk about this, if the Bucks shoot better. Well, they haven't shot the ball real well the entire playoffs. It hasn't necessarily bit them because they found a way to win, but when it matters most, look, no one really cares that you made the finals. Did you win? And they're just having some real trouble doing that. Kate, what have the Suns done well? They've obviously, they just seem like they are the better team. I mean, they've looked like the better team in most of the playoffs, and that's why I continue to be. You could say what you want about my Bucks picks, but 40-1 on the Suns that I have, I continue to look like a superstar with that bet. The Suns continue to play very well. They get a massive performance out of multiple people every game.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that their shooting has been unbelievable in the postseason. Mikal Bridges shooting 50% from 3 this series, and he was the difference maker in Game 2 with 27 points. And then you look at some of the other role players like Cam Johnson. You took his prop the other night. He's been playing great. Cameron Payne, 10 points in the first game. So they're getting production from not just their big stars of Devin Booker and Chris Paul, but they're getting their role players and their bench players involved too. And that's something that the Bucks have not done very well. And so that's been the difference in this series is some of those players stepping up and making plays. And then the Suns, they're doing whatever they want offensively, and Milwaukee's defense just has not been there, even with the adjustments made in game 2 on the pick and rolls. But the Suns are looking like the better team. They're making everyone believe that they're the better team. And if Milwaukee doesn't turn things around in game 3, the series is likely over.
Yeah, well, I think it's, look, 2-0, down 2-0, it's really hard to come back, especially against a team that good. Let's get into tonight's action. Bucks are a favorite. And look, this is a bit of a listen, I get the need to win, but win by this amount? I mean, against a team that has really kind of dominated them in both games. We have to remember in game 1, I mean, at one point the Bucks are down 20 plus. This is a team that's been, again, I know Giannis looks like he's back and healthy, but spread total, you look at this game, 4.5. Bucks are favored by, total 221.5. I'll start with you. How does this game shake out? I mean, do you think you start looking at sweep possibilities in this series at this point? Where are you going in game 3?
Yeah, I'm going to stay on the horse that I rode on here. I'm going to stick with the Bucks here, and it seems like the market agrees with me. I think this moved 2 points since the opener. I mean, I don't know how high you could hit the 2.5s when it opened up on Thursday night after the game, but I see it at 4.5 now. And I mean, it seems like it's a simple handicap, but some maybe Occam's razor. Sometimes the simplest is the best. In this game 2, the Suns were 20 of 40 from 3. The Bucks were 9 of 36. I mean, it was just a terrible performance for them. And I expect them to bounce back at home. We've seen this all year with this team. This team looked dead in the water after going down 2-0 to Brooklyn. Then they go back home. They're a completely different team. They look so much different at home. And where it's rough, to back the team, because I was hoping they would win the series. It's hard to see them getting these road wins, but I agree with the market. I think they bounce back tonight.
Yeah, a couple things. I'll throw this out. You mentioned the three-point shooting, 20 for 40 for Phoenix, as you said in game 2. 50%. You don't have to be good at math to know that. But let's remember, this is not a team that struggled at all shooting 3 all year. I mean, they were, I think, 7th in the NBA in three-point percentage. It's a Bucks team that for a lot of years has struggled against the three-point shot. They are susceptible. And if you have a team that can make shots, I don't know if it's going to quickly turn around. It's not like they're going to come out here and ultimately shut them down. The Suns are going to get opportunities. Really is a question of can they make them or not. I'll kind of jump in here quickly. I'm looking towards, if I like the Bucks, I'm looking towards the Bucks in the first half here. All playoffs, we've kind of mentioned this at times. Kate, you've been involved occasionally with the Bucks in the first half. You look at the Bucks as a first half favorite this year at home. I mean, they've been very good in this role. I know the Suns are a good road team, but you look at kind of the point of no return here. You really can't come into this game and expect for this group to just kind of fall asleep and not play well. I just kind of look at them and say, well, I expect a good first half bounce back here at home. They've been very good at home this year in covering these kind of games. I remember against Brooklyn, there was a game where, they were down 2-0, I think, and at one point we said, I think Kate was on, I remember she backed the first quarter and first half, and I said, you know what, I should probably back the first half, but I played the full game. Down 0-2, this is a good spot. I think you come back here. First half is, 3, I believe, in this game. I'm willing to kind of get involved there. I'm going to look towards some props as well. Kate, what do you like here? What are you going to go with?
I probably sound like a broken record, but I like the Bucks first half here. Yeah. They've been so good at home in the first half, 28-12-2 against the spread all season, 6-0-2 in the postseason, and they really have no choice but to come out and play fast and aggressive tonight. If they lose this game, like we mentioned, the series is over. So they have shown that they can come back in an 0-2 situation and have a good quick start at home, especially in front of their fans. We always talk about Phoenix being a tough place to play in, but I think Milwaukee is also very tough with those fans. So I like the Bucks first half here.
Yeah, it's kind of the way I'm going. I'm just kind of banking on the fact that I think the Bucks, and look, I've called them gutless many times. I guess you can't call them gutless because they're here. They're in the finals, but you just kind of hope they aren't gutless and they come out and play. They're at home, gonna have a good crowd there tonight. It's gonna be a great atmosphere. This series is not totally over. If they were 3-0, it'd probably be a different situation. I'm also going to continue. One of the commenters mentioned Cameron Johnson a couple games ago. 8.5 on a point total is still too low for Cameron Johnson. Keep in mind that we're getting plus 108 on that number. You look at Cameron Johnson. This is a guy on the season averaging 10 points a game. You look at 2 games against Milwaukee, 11 points a game, scored 8 and scored 10. I know people will point to, he only scored 8 points in the last game. Only played 18 minutes, which I think is odd. I think you're probably going to get him into the 20-minute mark. I think he played really well in game 1, as we saw. Look, I'm going to keep betting that. I think it's too low. And when I'm looking at a number, he's a guy that is generally going to get to that number through the three-point shot. So falling it on 8, 8.5, I'm not totally worried. Now, if it were 9, 9.5, I'd not be as interested. But with that number, getting plus money, I'll continue to kind of bang on with Cameron Johnson. I think he's kind of a bit of a matchup issue in this series. Spread, thoughts on the total here? You've ridden the total. I haven't been involved with much postseason totals. Any thoughts on that?
I've been crushing postseason totals until this round. 0 for 2 so far. I've taken 2 unders, so I'm kind of scared off. I mean, the pace is too high. I expect Milwaukee to shoot a little better, so normally I like the under. I do not like it today. I would lean to the over, but I'm not going to bet it just because obviously I've had problems with the totals, reading on the totals so far.
Any thought, Kate, on the total?
I'm similar with spread. I don't do great with totals, but in this game, I like the over here. I think Milwaukee is going to shoot a lot better than they have the last couple games, and even though Phoenix is shooting about 50%, from 3, or a number of players have been, I see them continuing that in a sense. Milwaukee's defense on the 3-point line has not been great, and what's showing us that they're going to change that for game 3. So I like the over here.
Bucks are 7-1 straight up at home this year, 5-6 on the road. We've also talked. You look at Middleton's stats on the road compared to at home; they're starkly contrasted. It's very interesting. They just play a lot better at home, and that's a lot of teams. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that for one half, just give me a solid effort. Be up 61-55 at the half or something. I don't know. Just you hope for a not-gutless performance from the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. I'm also going to play Cameron Johnson over 8.5 points. The markets are adjusting to this guy, but I'm going to hope he can get to double digits. I think he's obviously going to take enough shots. I'd expect him to play enough minutes. Again, last 10 games, 24 minutes a game. We've got to kind of hope we get kind of that same run tonight. Spread, are you on any props here? I know you've occasionally gotten involved with props. We talked DeAndre Ayton. That's been as a prop I bet a lot in the previous series. DeAndre Ayton, you look at the other night, I mean, didn't come close to getting to his point rebound total. Only 10 points and 11 boards. Played more minutes than he did in game 1, but he wasn't as effective. Do you think that's what, the Bucks just made some adjustments? How do you think he comes back in game 3? He's generally a guy that if he doesn't play well in a game, he'll come back and play very well in game 3.
Yeah, it seemed like to me like the big adjustments was they had Lopez covering the role more on that drop coverage when they didn't abandon it. And so with him sticking on Ayton, it gave Paul all the room to go ahead and operate in the mid-range. So there was no reason to make that pass. It seemed like a decision that the Bucks made. And I'll tell you what, that's a pick your poison decision because it's either Paul who's lethal in the mid-range or Ayton down low. With no one who can stop him. So I do agree with you there. The 2 props I took, as we talked about them earlier, right? And I don't know if you have the home road splits in front of you, but they're impressive, right? Let's go ahead and take a Middleton over, right? I mean, the guy averages like 10 or 11 more point game at home, right? So I'm going to take a Middleton over. And then the other role player that I'm looking at is PJ Tucker. 4.5 again. All I need is 2 threes. He's going to post up in the corner. He's going to get the opportunities. We expect a high-scoring game. So I'm going to go with Chris Middleton and PJ Tucker over.
Yeah, that's an interesting one with Tucker. I think he had 7 points with like 5 minutes left in the first quarter. I mean, he was undoubtedly hot in game 2. He takes, liberty to shoot, and he maybe has some confidence after the other game on what was it, Thursday night. Middleton, you got to obviously look towards him as well. I mean, he's a guy that, for whatever reason, just doesn't play real well on the road. I would also probably consider going back to the well with Ayton. Generally, as I said, he does come back and plays very well in a game off of a bad game. Kate, any prop thoughts?
I really like Ayton, like he's mentioned, points and rebounds. After his big performance in game one, kind of came back down to earth in game two. But this kind of goes back to game 5 of the Western Conference Finals against the Clippers. He had 10 points, 11 rebounds. Not a great game for his standards, but came back the very next night, had 16 points, 17 boards in game 6 against the Clippers to close out the series. And then with that pep talk from Coach Monty Williams that went viral during the game, that adds a little bit more motivation for him. So I like the over points and rebounds at 27.5. I also really like Drew Holiday, and he's been terrible throughout the series, but I like his points, rebounds, and assists at over 32.5 tonight, going 1 for 7 from 3 the last couple games. He shoots so much better at home, shooting 46% versus 38 on the road, and he's gone over this prop in 3 of his last 4 home games and 2 of the last 4 against Milwaukee. So I like the over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Holiday. He just has no option but to turn things around.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Ayton, I mean, he's just a guy that, I mean, he's a double-double guy. I mean, you know, you look at 2020, you know, keep in mind in the finals he's averaged obviously many more minutes, but you're looking at 31 minutes per game this year. I mean, basically 15 points a game, 11 boards. He's going to be right around the number. It's really a question of, generally he's not at 28.5, you know, I just want anything under 30. I think he can give me 15 points. He's always going to be around 15 boards. That's kind of what he does. The double-doubles have been on fire this year in the playoffs with DeAndre Ayton. He's very effective. He's very efficient. Obviously, again, coming off of bad games, you have to be happy about that as well. Brooke Lopez tonight. I don't have anything with Brooke Lopez. Blaze Towns fan, I'm wanting to bet Suns money line. No, I'm not going to talk you out of it. You do what you want to do. I obviously have a future, and I'm just going to be happy with that. But yeah, spread. Do you really? Is this either just going to be Bucks by 10 or Suns win? Right?
Yeah, and so I can't talk him out of the Bucks money line. I mean the Suns money line either, because the way this price is drifted out, plus 169. I don't. And let me get that real quick. But I mean, the probability is actually a lot lower than you would think. I agree with him. I can't argue with the money line there if you do believe the Suns. So I think that it's hard to talk him out of it. I mean, I would take the money line rather than the points. Is what I'm trying to say.
This guy Jeff, you're funny. You keep betting on the Bucks, hoping they will continue to lose and struggle, so you can cash your 41 ticket. No, that's not true. I'm generally trying to hit with the Bucks, and I think tonight the first half is a very good play. I'm just going to kind of bank on where they feel comfortable, where they're at their top level. Hopefully I get Middleton to make shots. Hopefully I get Giannis to dominate. And look, whether they win or not, I mean, I would love to see the Suns up, down 6 at the half and win the game. I'd be very happy with that as far as what I want. By the way, very random. So on the news today, all they're talking about is how this guy went into space, that Richard Branson guy. Can we just talk about the fact that he just went into space and then came back? He literally touched the solar system and then comes back, literally within 2 hours. This is so crazy. So, and this will tell you what I did this morning. I woke up and this was on TV. I went and got coffee. I got back in my bed. I was just laying there reading and stuff until the show started. And by the time the show started, he was already back. This is cool and all, but it's I mean, he's got a lot of money. He went to space, but did he really go to space?
I don't think that's actually being in space if you just touch it and come right back.
That's what I'm saying.
Go spend some time in space.
Yeah, it's actually go to other areas, planets, or stay there for a long time. This is kind of a slap in the face to real astronauts that are up in the space station and so you
from their whole life.
Yeah, you left the atmosphere and I'm seeing these people oh my God, my son wants to be an astronaut after seeing Richard Branson. It's all right. So yeah, let's wrap up at least basketball with best bets. I'm gonna go with this Bucks first half. I'll lay the 3 here with the Bucks. I'm also gonna go Cameron Johnson over 8.5 points. I would love 62-55 at the half. Bucks. Maybe Cameron Johnson has 7 points. He hits a 3 ball in the second half, and we hit both. Kate, what do you like here?
I like Bucks first half as well. Just how they've come out the last couple times, being back at home. I really like that. I also really like Drew Holiday. I know that might be a little risky based on how he's played the last couple of games, but he plays so much better at home. This is going to be a bounce back game for him. He's been aggressive in rebounds and assists throughout the series, and now it's time for the points to start hitting. So I like his over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Bucks facing elimination. 2 more games. They're facing elimination. If they lose tonight, they're out. It's completely over. You cannot perform poorly in the first half. Let's bank on that. Spread. What are you going to go with here? You're going to play the Bucks full game?
Yeah, but since everyone's giving that out, I'd like to make my official ones the Middleton over and the PJ Tucker over. I think those are 2 good props. I think they correlate to my handicap of the Bucks coming back, playing better at home, and getting more support for Giannis. Because you know what lost in this whole thing was that Giannis played an incredible all-time game, right? And it just kind of got brushed under the rug because none of his teammates showed up. So I believe his teammates will be there for him tonight. I'm going to take the 2 overs with the supporting cast, and let's see if they can get it done.
Good stuff. Kate mentioned Drew Holiday. Keep in mind, one thing about Drew Holiday, he's not been bashful. He's shooting the basketball, almost 20 shooting attempts per game. You kind of got to feel bad at certain points. I mean, he's not played well, but hopefully, again, he's got a tough defensive assignment, but we'll see if he can figure it out tonight and have a big game. They're going to need all hands on deck, whether it's Giannis, whether it's Drew Holiday, whether it's PJ Tucker, whether it's Chris Middleton, whether it's Bobby Portis, whether it's Brook Lopez. Everybody's got to play well here tonight. You've got to hope they can come out. And we're all kind of Buck-centric in our pick, so let's hope it all works out. All right. I'm going to keep you guys on for a little bit more because I'm going to play a little game here at the end, but just bear with me here. Today, Euro Cup final. It's the 2020 Euro Cup. Today, we crown a champion of Europe. This is the best tournament in world football. It's better than the World Cup. Yeah, I said that. Because Euro is king. The best soccer is played in Euro. It's that simple. I know we can talk about Brazil and Argentina. That's great. But Italy, England, this is the best the world has to offer. 51 matches have been played. We play the 52nd today. Let's do a little history lesson here. And let me tell you all something that I keep seeing. All I keep hearing about is it's coming home. What the hell's coming home? Nothing's come home since 1966. The England fans are the most deluded people on earth. They're more deluded than those fanboys last night that bet Conor McGregor every fight. And you know what? You're going to wallow in tears just like they did. England doesn't win. Okay, let me tell you about a team that does win. Italy. You know when Italy won the World Cup? 2006. That's pretty recent. And by the way, Italy's actually won a Euro Cup for the last time England's won anything. England last won in 1966. Anything. What is coming home? Why do I keep hearing about it's coming home? It hasn't come home. Ever. What are we talking about it's coming home? What does that even mean? I've had no one explain that to me, and I don't understand.
That's funny, Jeff, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, does everybody say it's coming home, or is that only an English thing?
It's just them. They're the only ones that say
Did they win like the very first one ever? Is that why they think it's home?
Maybe they think they created football. I don't know. I have no idea. A couple of things, though, and there are some concerns from an Italy standpoint. Okay, Italy is very good. Okay, they're great defensively. The problem that they have, though, and we saw it against Spain, they're a little slow at the back. Chiellini is 36 years old. Chiellini was on the World Cup roster when they won in 2006. He's old, okay, but he's still effective. He just can't get beat by. And look, Sterling is a better version of anything that Spain has. You also have to ask yourself, with the wing-back, Spinazzola out. Spinazzola is a guy that completely got everything going. He's got great rapport with some of the strikers and the midfielders. Him not playing, big loss. He can't really, the void can't be really filled by Emerson. It's a tough loss. However, you look at some of the things about England. Obviously, they've got to be on the front foot. Both teams are going to go for it here. I don't think we see teams, like Spain where they sit back. Both these teams are going to go for it. I think it's going to be on the front foot. I think both teams to score is a very good option in this game. I think it could go, probably will go to extra time. I think both teams find a goal here. I think both teams that score is a very good play. I think, as I said, both teams going to be in the front foot. I don't think we're going to just sit back on our laurels here. You have all sorts of great attacking players, particularly for England. You still have plenty for Italy. I need to see more Locatelli in this game. And both teams are very good defensively, but there's just too many great players on both ends. Harry Kane and Immobile and Insigne and Chiesa and Sterling and all these different guys. Rashford. There's just so many terrific players. I'm going to look towards both teams to score here. Do I think Italy wins? Of course I do. I have them. I've rooted for this team since 2006 when they won the World Cup. I'm not going to go into that story on why. But spread Astaire. I don't care that you don't watch soccer. I don't care about any of that. Give me your prediction. What goes on here? And what is the score?
It's a complete guess. I'll say Italy 2-1, and I'm basing that just off of what I've heard you say. I actually, right now, an Italian might go down here in England as Berrettini's down 5-3 in the fourth. So Djokovic might be taking that one home to Serbia. But I'll go 2-1 Italy. But honestly, I'm basing my handicap off the little rundown that you just gave.
Okay, keep in mind that would be just fine. Maybe Harry Kane scores in the 34th minute. Italy gets one back right after halftime. Immobile finds the net. And in the 82nd minute, the whole world watching, Locatelli finds the back of the net and Italy wins 2-1. That could be great. That would be incredible. It seems like England is partying way too much. Italy just hanging back, getting ready. It's business as usual. We've won before, okay, and we're ready for today. Kate, what do you think? What goes on in this game?
I'm with spread. I don't watch a ton of soccer, so I'm going to make this fun and just go against you guys. I'm taking England to win 2-0.
At least both teams to score will get home there, though, Kate.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, that would be fine. I will say what I ultimately think will happen here is I think this game is probably 1-1 at the end. I think we go to extra time. I think it's probably decided on penalties, which is a weak way for things to finish, I will say. But I think that's how it's going to go on here. I think it'll be a fascinating, great match. Yeah, looking forward to it. A couple of thoughts here in the chat. Dexter says it's coming to Rome. Agreed. What else do we have? Akbar says they did create it. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. I don't know about that. We'll have to look back. But nothing's coming home because you've never won anything. Adrian says it's coming home, you walad. That's not very nice, Adrian. Listen, we're just having some fun here. I know you England fans. I know I keep serving you dinner. I get it. I'm just taking it to you. It's tough, but you haven't won anything, bro. In 1966, your parents, Adrian, were little children, probably. That's the last time England won. You weren't even a distant thought in anybody's mind the last time England won. So how can anyone expect for them to win? We'll see. Should be a great match. I'm just hoping it's not 3-0 in the 17th minute. Just let's have a good game. All right, we're out of here. Thank you for watching. NBA Finals, Euro Final. It's a great day. It's a good sports day here. Good Sunday to relax and watch it. What time does this NBA game start? At 9 o'clock again?
Yeah. No, 8.
Oh, 8?
8 for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
A little earlier time. Mm-hmm. Great. Good to see. Great work by them to do that. All right, I'm out of here. I'm actually going to watch the rest of Sex/Life on Netflix before the rest of this sports stuff starts. So very romantic, sexual series. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's actually good. I know a lot of people don't like it and people think it's lame. Kate, have you watched that show?
I have not. What is it called? Sex and Life?
Sex/Life. Yes.
Okay.
It's very Lifetime driven, but
I'm a fan of Lifetime movies. You know, those are good Sunday afternoons, lay on the couch.
It's a better version of a Lifetime movie.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out.
Listen, I will say this, and I don't mean to get weird, but it's pretty incredible, and I'm being honest, how much the main character has sex. Like, crazy. Like, it's a lot. Like, everywhere and anywhere. It's crazy. And it's on Netflix, so they can show it. Shout out to
And it's a movie, not a series?
No, it's a series. Eight episodes. 8 episodes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll go watch the rest of that. Spread, what do you got going on until NBA starts? You going to bet Wimbledon?
Well, yeah, I'm watching it right now, but it could be over. Championship point for Djokovic. I'll probably throw that Rome game on as well, and then I will be on our Run Pure Best channel at 5 o'clock talking about the game, and we'll go ahead and do some live betting tonight. So that'll be the next time you'll see me. I will be back at 5, and we'll be watching the game live, and you can see me either celebrating or getting upset like I was during Thursday night's broadcast.
Spread, where can the people find you? What do you got going on?
At Spread Astaire, and I'll be gearing up with the tennis coverage as soon as the NBA ends. We will be all over the United States swing, San Jose, Washington, Cincinnati, Toronto, Montreal, followed up by the U.S. Open, and then football season will start, and I will see you to that.
Kate, you've actually done very well in this show. What do you got going on, and where can people find you?
Well, I did really well up until the first 2 times I was on the show. Third time, I think I lost everything, but we're going to bounce back tonight. People can find me at Kate Constable on Twitter. I will also be doing some NBA draft prop bets coming up with the draft at the end of the month. I'm focusing a little bit more on that these next few weeks. So find me on Twitter at Kate Constable.
Yeah, I'm a big NBA draft guy. I love. I'll get a mock out here soon. A full mock, 60 selections.
Oh,
That'll
wow.
be out very soon. Always do that, Spread. I'm a man of the people and a man of the NBA and college, which will be here before we're done. One final thing before we go: baseball today. The Phillies are throwing out Brandon Kinsler to start this game. Aaron Nola, for whatever reason, Aaron Nola doesn't get the COVID vaccine, so he has COVID. He's out. Brandon Kinsler is going to start today. Brandon Kinsler in bullpen sessions is 2-1 with a 7.54 ERA. He's been absolutely shocking in Philadelphia. He's terrible. You're not going to see him for very long. You've got 2 big-time lineups here. Plenty of home runs, plenty of power, plenty of runs in this game. The old Philly Nick Pivetta, get a feeling he gets jammed out by the Phillies today. Over 10.5 doesn't look like a terrible bet. Phillies erupted yesterday. Red Sox were kind of at bay. I don't think that's going to happen 2 nights in a row. Kinsler should get destroyed. I think Pivetta gets destroyed. Not telling you to bet the over because I don't bet a lot of baseball, but it looks interesting. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great day. Thanks to the guests for coming on. Check out Kate. Check out Spread. And I thank them for coming on here on a Sunday, July 11th. Game 3, NBA Finals tonight. Enjoy it. I'm the big man on campus. We'll be back for Game 4, which could be a qualifier, a championship opportunity for the Phoenix Suns. We'll see if Suns in 4 comes to roost. Everyone have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday. We'll see you later.